Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm your MLM mama. So I know I look kind of crazy right now. I'm actually about to get on a group session with my private clients, but I wanted to hop onto my MLM mama channel. This is a new channel that I just launched on January 1st of this year, 2018. I'm sorry, I was eating pork chops. Ooh, hold on.
She's in a weird, but her neck is not.
So they fix her. I launched this channel on January 1st of 2018, and the reason why I created this channel, like I have other channels out there, but I wanted it to be a place for you guys who work in the MLM or direct sell industry to really get out there and get some positive content, because there's so much garbage out there, about what we do and how we do what we do and what have you. And I wanted to create a space for you guys so you can get some awesome positive content and know that you can absolutely be successful. I just left my corporate job I walked out on, not walked out, but my last day was on August 11th, sorry, of 2017, and I never looked back. And had I not become an MLMpreneur, I would have never, ever, ever had the opportunity to be with my children. All right, put her back down. That's my daughter. Sorry, guys. I would have never had an opportunity to spend more time with my children. And that's the major reason why I got into business, was to spend more time with my kids, because they were more important to me than just a job. But I had to make a lot of sacrifices. I had to make a hell of a lot of a sacrifice. I had to sacrifice the people who were around me. I had to sacrifice how I invested and spent my money. I had to sacrifice my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, or everyone else, whenever they would go out to lunch or breaks at the job, they'll be like, hanging out, talking, going to the local Starbucks. I had to sacrifice all of that to work my business. And I feel like if you want to get to your goal much faster, you got to make a lot of sacrifices. It's like Gary Vee, who's an amazing motivational speaker. He talks about, people got to eat shit. Not literally eat shit, but like literally like make sacrifices and just deal with the bare minimum so that they can get to their goal much faster. So I wanted to get to my goal much faster, so I decided to do a hell of a lot of sacrifice. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is, why did I decided to start and be an MLM consultant? Because I wanted more freedom. I wasn't your typical MLM consultant. Let me just say that real quick. I was not your typical MLM consultant. I didn't want to do that belly to belly, door to door marketing. I did not want to do home parties, vendor events. And that sounds kind of weird, but that's just who I was. I really wanted to leverage social media, really get out there. I saw a lot of brands that were making thousands of dollars a month, all from leveraging social media. So I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to make money and sell products without having to leave my home. So I read a lot of books on social media. I took a lot of classes, hired a ton of mentors, so that I can master this machine we call the internet. And that's what I did. And so I marketed myself that way. Took a lot of the tips I learned from my sales background, because I worked in sales in Manhattan for over 15 years. And I took all of that and I was like, you know what? I'm going to dominate on social media. And back then it was just YouTube, and I started to go into Periscope. And that once I started doing Periscope, way before Facebook came around, I just like skyrocketed, right? I was like, bam, I just like blew up when it came to my content and everything like that. So back in 2016, I was like, you know what? I want to also be a coach. Like, I was always a coach. I always coached MLM consultants, even if they wasn't in my direct team. I've always coached, but I wasn't charging nobody for it. So I really started charging people for my coaching packages and my coaching programs, webinars, stuff like that. Back in September of 2016, I did my very, 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 very first webinar, and I charged people like $25 or whatever to get in. But literally in 1 hour, I made $200 in 1 hour. So I sat there after, I was super nervous. when I, was doing the class, but everyone got ton of value from it. But I was sitting there after the class was done. I was like giving myself a high five for pushing through and accomplishing that, because a lot of people had it. I was like, wow, I never made $200 at any job in 1 hour. I made well over that for a company. I made well over $200 from all the sales companies that I worked for, the clients that I worked for, but I never actually walked away with over $200 an hour. So I was like, you know what? I'm hooked. This is really something that I enjoy doing. It's not hard for me. So back in November of 2016, that's when I did coaching full time. Only primarily because with the MLM company that I was with, they were really not for me becoming a paid coach. They were fine with me giving away the free 99 stuff. Like, they didn't mind. They didn't mind me giving away the free 99, teaching their consultants how to sell on social media and stuff like that. But once I started charging myself, they were like, no. And, granted, a lot of MLMs don't mind that, you doing other services outside of your MLM. But the particular one that I signed up for, long and behold, they was not for that. But anyway, it's no negative. It's really I really don't have an issue with that. I mean, everybody has their own policies and procedures and stuff like that. So it's okay. So back in November 2016, I decided to become a paid coach full time, and I never looked back. And then back in August of 2017, I left my job. Now, you're probably thinking like, wow, that was quick. Like, you left your job so fast. Yeah, I did it fast because I made a ton of sacrifices. And that's the difference between me and other MLMpreneurs, is that they're not willing to make sacrifices. I had to wake up like 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed I woke up 4 a.m., went to bed at 1 a.m., and it was a lot of grinding. That's what we call it in New York. I'm sorry guys, I'm a little stuffy today. It was a lot of grinding that I had to do in order to accomplish my goal. So now that it's 2018, and the past couple of days, I'm looking back and I'm reflecting on all the stuff that I built, all the lives that I've transformed. My whole mission in 2018 is to continue to transform people's lives and get a lot of consultants out of fear. There's a lot of us who are operating our businesses in such fear. It's crazy. It's almost like, why did you get into an MLM if you don't like to talk to people, if you're scared about, getting yourself out there? It's like we want to make the money, but we don't want to do the work. And you got to do the work. You got to do a lot of work, Yeah.
You want me to cut the sleeve because this is the only shirt she has in the closet.
No, she has more, Roar. Just look.
No, but she has bigger ones.
So put the bigger ones on her.
Okay, I don't know if it'll fit on
You got to do the work. I'm sorry. Just so you guys know, I am a mother of 4 kids. My last daughter I had in my car last October 2017. So yeah, you're going to always see my kids in the background talking. Oh, that's way too big. Get something else, Roy. You're going to see them in the background, talking and whatnot. But and that's the awesome thing about having my own business, is that back when I used to work, that's too big. Back when I used to work, I used to have to tell, whenever I was on a call with a client, back when I was working, I used to have to tell my kids, be quiet, don't make a noise, and blah, blah, blah. And it's crazy how no, that's too big, Laura. When you have a business, your kids can sort of be a part of that. And you don't have to tell them to be quiet or tell them to not be themselves. They're kids, But the whole point of this, guys, that I want to come on live and talk to you about and share, that's perfect. The reason why I'm sharing my story with every which one of you is that, no, don't cut the sleeves, is that you have to do the work. You have to do the work. I don't care what your sponsor tell you. I don't care what your upline tells you. You have to do the work. Now, many of you guys, you might be watching me right now. You're about to say, well, I am doing the work. Doing the work also requires that you don't get annoying. Like, I know I was talking to a client today, and she was like, My sponsor told me to inbox people, just random people. You know, that's not doing the work. That's you trying to, first of all, push people into wanting to buy your product. And I'm telling you, you're going to look very annoying. People don't normally adhere to people just interjecting themselves in their private space. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to build, customer base that way. You know, you got to do things dramatically different. That's what was extremely successful about me, is that I did everything very different. Whenever I would see one consultant do one thing, I tried to just do something totally different from that, because I didn't want to be like everybody else. I didn't want to be that car salesman on social media. It's very easy
Say hi.
to do that. Say hi.
Hi.
It's very easy to look like that. Okay? So you got to do the work, and that's work every single day. Every single day you have to do the work.
여기 바로 여기 바로 여기 바로 right in 아저씨 이 생일와 해. 이거 보였어. Bye.
Okay, they said bye. The wipes? Look at my bed or inside that pig thing. So you got to do the work. You have to do the work. And if you don't know much about social media, and if you're like extremely confused about like how to market yourself online, you need to get yourself a coach. I mean, had I not had gotten a coach, ooh, let me see. Uh-oh. Oh, he just bumped his head into the wall. Let me see. Let me see, pumpkin butt. Let me see. You really. It's okay. Say hi. Okay, go play. You know, they bump their heads.
The white.
Look at my room in the pink thing.
I did.
Look at my cubby. Yeah, they playing in 1 second, then they bump their head the next. This is so crazy, right? Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope this information helped you. I know I was going all over the place, but the whole point of this broadcast is to really get you to understand that you have to do the work. You have to learn about social media. I am the #1 MLM sales coach, teaching you guys how to dominate your business online. Nobody is doing what I'm doing because they don't know what I know. And so I want you guys to really understand that you have to do the work. You have to do a lot of work. You have to learn what you need to learn in order to get what you want to get. And it's going to take you to do... It's going to take a lot of sacrifices on your end, on really carving out time throughout your day for the next 365 days to dominate your business online. So I hope this guys helped out. If you want to reach out to me, I'm going to put my contact information somewhere below. And don't forget, get out there and dominate.